When the coalition of pure worlds launched their final assault on Earth, they expected swift victory. The High Command, drunk on centuries of conquering lesser species, believed that humans would break the same way as the rest, through fear, shock, and overwhelming firepower. What they didn't know was that humans were different. They didn't just survive in the dark corners of a hostile planet. They thrived there. They didn't just fight. They learned, adapted, and retaliated with a viciousness no other species could match. On the first day of the invasion, the alien fleet rained down fire across cities, leveling entire continents. Whole regions went dark, billions lost, and yet, in the ashes, human voices whispered through the comms, "This isn't over." Colonel Marcela Ruiz watched the live feed from a hidden bunker deep beneath the Rockies. Her eyes burned with exhaustion, but her spine stayed straight. Around her, ragtag soldiers patched up wounds, cleaned battered rifles, and sharpened their knives. Real old-fashioned knives. "They think they've broken us," she said, voice low but carrying through the room. "Good. Let them think that." 2 weeks later, the aliens were shocked to find resistance cells sprouting like weeds in the ruins of major cities. Every street corner became a death trap. Entire squads of coalition shock troopers vanished in abandoned subway tunnels. Guerrilla fighters, some barely out of their teens, took down armored walkers with jury-rigged explosives and stolen plasma rifles. But it wasn't until the Battle of Madrid Crater that the coalition truly realized what they'd unleashed. Captain Ahmed Patel led the 3rd Irregulars, a misfit band of ex-miners, former police officers, and old veterans too stubborn to die. When an entire alien armored column rolled into what remained of the city, Patel's people were waiting. Hidden in collapsed buildings and beneath scorched streets, they waited until the tanks were boxed in. Then they struck demolitions, traps, and ambushes. Alien mechs turned their cannons in every direction but never found the humans, who struck from below, above, and behind. By dawn, the once unstoppable column was nothing but twisted metal and green blood smoking in the rubble. A captured coalition lieutenant pinned beneath the wreckage gasped as Patel knelt beside him. The alien's translator sputtered and clicked. Why do you fight when hope is gone?" Patel pulled off his battered helmet, revealing a grin that didn't reach his eyes. "Hope's never been our weapon, friend." He leaned closer, voice dropping to a growl. "Desperation is." News of the slaughter spread through the coalition ranks like a virus. Their propaganda feeds tried to spin it, but the recordings leaked anyway. Human soldiers, faces smeared with ash and blood, screaming battle cries and laughing as they blew up enemy tanks with stolen guns and homemade bombs. They called humans barbarians, monsters, deathworlders gone feral. But for every horror story they spread, more human cells rose up. Old grudges, national rivalries, all dissolved in the heat of survival. Humans didn't just fight for victory, they fought for vengeance, for family, for the sheer savage joy of giving hell back to the ones who unleashed it. By month 3, the coalition fleet was forced to pull back from orbit. Their once proud flagships now hunted by human junk fleets, converted cargo haulers bristling with rail guns and nuclear torpedoes. The invaders couldn't keep up. Every ship that landed reinforcements found its landing zones cratered within days. In the ruined remains of Beijing, a message was painted in bright red across the side of a half-toppled skyscraper. "You wanted hell? Now live in it." The message became a rallying cry. Humans broadcast it across every hijacked coalition channel. When alien commanders demanded surrender, humans just laughed. When orbital bombardments leveled strongholds, survivors crawled from the rubble, stitched up their wounds, and went right back to work. And in the darkest corners of the shattered world, whispers grew louder that humans didn't fear annihilation, they embraced it, used it, fed off it. The more brutal the invaders became, the more the humans dug in, their savagery growing with every atrocity. In the end, the High Command realized too late what they triggered. By unleashing hell, they gave the human race exactly what it needed, a reason to get really nasty. Deep in a hidden command post, Colonel Ruiz looked out over the flickering map, every red dot a human cell, every blinking light a captured enemy supply line. She allowed herself the faintest smile. "They wanted monsters," she whispered. "They got us instead." Outside, in the burning cities, humanity's true nature finally stood revealed, not just survivors, but the apex predators of war. And as long as one human drew breath, hell would never, ever close its gates again.